Hey everyone, the case of Oh Choon and Lee Siew Lin presents a compelling story of love, separation, and the intricate division of matrimonial assets. A husband and wife, once partners in life, found themselves on opposing sides in a legal dispute over what each believed was rightfully theirs. At the heart of this case was the question of when a marriage, for legal purposes, truly ends. Should the date of separation dictate the division of matrimonial assets, or should the legal marriage itself continue to bear consequences until divorce is finalized? Beyond these legal considerations lies a deeper reflection on human attachments. How possessions, once symbols of stability, can become the very things that fuel conflict and suffering. The husband and wife married in 1993. But the husband moved out of the matrimonial home in 1999, approximately 6 years later. At that time, the couple jointly owned a shophouse, which was later sold, but the wife did not receive any share of the sales proceeds. The husband went on to establish a new life with a mistress, and in 2010, he acquired both a new property and a luxury car. Even after their physical separation, he continued visiting his wife monthly, providing her with $1,200 in maintenance until he filed for divorce in 2010. When divorce proceedings commenced, he stopped visiting and instead mailed her the maintenance payments. The High Court ruled that both the property and the car were part of the matrimonial asset pool and awarded the wife 26.29% of the total assets. The husband, dissatisfied with the decision, appealed. At the heart of the dispute was whether the matrimonial assets should be determined based on the date of separation or the date of the interim judgment. The husband argued that because he had left the matrimonial home in 1999, any assets he acquired afterwards should not be considered matrimonial property. He argued that he had faced financial struggles after the separation and only managed to accumulate wealth much later, meaning that his wife had no rightful claim to his later acquisitions in wealth. His wife, on the other hand, argued that the marriage had not legally ended in 1999 when he left the house, and despite their separation, her contributions to the marriage still entitled her to a share. She also argued that part of the proceeds from the sale of the jointly owned shophouse, which should have been hers, was likely used to buy the husband's later assets. The Court of Appeal ruled that the appropriate date for determining the pool of matrimonial assets was not the date of separation, but rather the date of interim judgment. The court reasoned that while the couple had lived apart, the husband had continued to provide maintenance and had not severed all ties. More importantly, there was no clear agreement between the parties that the date of separation should serve as a cut-off for the division of matrimonial assets. The court also found that the wife had likely contributed, at least indirectly, to the acquisition of the husband's later assets, given that she had not received any share of the shophouse sales proceeds. However, the court acknowledged that after 1999, her contributions had diminished greatly. As a result, while she was entitled to a share, the proportion granted by the lower court was deemed excessive. The Court of Appeal reduced her entitlement from 26.29% to 15% of the total asset pool, but increased her lump sum maintenance to $72,000 to balance the equities. The Court of Appeal also ordered the sale of the matrimonial home, with the proceeds to be divided accordingly. This case underscores the impermanence of material wealth and the emotional weight people attach to possessions. It is easy to see these disputes as purely financial, but they are deeply rooted in the emotions of loss, fairness, and entitlement. The husband sought to exclude his later acquisitions from the matrimonial pool, yet he still had to part with a portion. The wife sought a greater share, but ultimately received less than she had hoped. Both had spent years entangled in legal proceedings, bound to their past by their attachment to what they believed they deserved. There is a lesson in this. Clinging to material wealth often leads to suffering, whether in marriage, divorce, or life itself. The more we hold onto something, hoping that it will be better, the more painful it becomes to let go. The Court of Appeal, in its wisdom, sought balance, not total victory for either party, but an outcome that reflected fairness and reason. For those who find themselves in similar disputes, this case serves as a reminder that sometimes The path to peace lies in knowing when to release our grip on what we cannot truly possess forever. Thanks for tuning in today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.